take two because I literally did this. Something came up and I had to pause it. Then I hit stop and then it just went away. Anyway, this is Daily Rambles and this is MCRX9 and you're on Daily Rambles. I'm very sorry. Okay, this is the series finale review of Pretty Little Liars till death do us part. Did all my notes, all the notes, 2 hours of notes. So basically, we start off with a very stupid dream sequence where you got what's his face tap dancing Lucas. Then you got Jenna riding on a horse, and they act like everything's normal. They're trying to look up freaking ice pantyhose liners because it's saying it's so hot, and then it starts to snow. Can't be any dumber. That was that there was no need for that miss. No need. Okay, so then we sat to reality. Then A gets Mona, but Mona's so drugged up she doesn't know who A is. So then Ezra, or Arya and Ezra, are on a film set because apparently some time has passed, and so the book could become a movie. And then Emily and Allie had twins. Spencer's sister is back. I couldn't remember her name, but her actual name is Melissa, as I remembered. And then Toby's back, so there's a Spoby moment between Spencer and Toby. Then Addison's being a bitch. She's starting to torture people, which is not good. She's basically being the Allie, the new Allie. And then Hannah and Mona have a moment where Mona's going to live with Caleb and Hannah to help with her therapy. And then Spencer and Allie redid the Lost Woods that Mary Drake left them. And then Mona disappeared as they were watching TV because they were having like an engagement dinner just between all the liars and the spouses or significant others and stuff like that. So there's a Ezra and Arya moment, and then there's an A reveal. I couldn't figure out for the life of me who it was, but it was Melissa. But then it was actually Mona because there was a face mask. So then Spencer and Toby playing Scrabble, and then everyone else is having sex. Literally everybody else is having sex. And so Hannah's trying to have a baby. Her legs are like vertically against the wall, and she's like, "What is it, Kill? I'm trying to get pregnant." Apparently, I already did it, and so she's on ovulation schedules, I guess, which is really is one of the funny moments which I appreciate in the movie. I mean, in the show. Wow, I can't believe I just said movie. So if you hear my dog walking around, you're gonna hear it. And so, um, then Mona is then told you about the Mona is A thing, and then she doesn't know who A is, but she wants to find out, and she's gonna kind of freaky about that. Then Arya has gets a phone call and she has a major freak out, and it turns out she can't have kids. And then Mary Drake and Spencer have a moment in prison, and Spencer says she needs her help on something. Okay. And so then they go to the rehearsal dinner, and Hannah's trying to defend Mona because she brought Mona along, tried to get reacquainted with everybody. Then Byron, which is Arya's father, gives Ezra his blessing, and Ella is trying to deal with Ezra's mother. It's not going so well. So all the moms had to get drunk, which is probably the funniest things ever. The moms all have like a moment they all get trashed. So Spencer is a designated driver for that. Driving all the drop moms, and I was just like, Pam, get in the car. I was like, funniest thing ever. And it's like, uh, then Hannah's mom, they're like calling her to the car. It's like, get in the freaking car. It was just like literally one of the funniest things ever. I love that moment. It's probably one of my favorite moments of the of the episode. I'm trying to figure out where to put this freaking notebook. Sorry about all that stuff. And so Ezra and Arya have an argument, and then Emily and Allison have an argument, but it turns out Allie's trying to surprise a party for Emily, and just want to pop the question. So Allie does it anyway, and then Spencer and Toby have sex. Yeah, which turns out, I'll tell you in a minute what happens. So then Mona escapes. Then we have a flashback where, well, actually, no, Spencer wakes up into a dungeon thing, and it turns out she has a freaking twin sister. Which is like, what is happening? I kind of jumped myself a little bit. Mona knocks out the actual real Spencer. I'm sorry, I kind of jumped my notes. So Spencer's in a cage, and turns out Spencer's twin is AD, which is Alice Drake. So, yeah. So then Mona escapes, and then Ren discovers Alex Drake in a bar somewhere, I think in London. And then Alex has been doing a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. She was the one that was comforting Hannah in the barn. She was the one that gave Toby the last kiss before he went off with the other girl. And then have literally just having sex with Toby. That was literally her. And then just doing all this other shady stuff. So then we get to where Ren shot Alex, and she was a lot more like Spencer. Okay. And then we find out that when Mr. Hastings took the first baby, they didn't know that she was pregnant because she had twins because she was in a mental ward. Mary Drake was in a mental ward, and they, I guess, didn't have the technology to detect that. So they sent her off to this fancy, rich family in England, and then that didn't work out. They dumped her off at the orphanage when she was 10, and she's been pissy ever since, basically. So, and then when Spencer asked where is Ren now, so basically she killed Ren and cremated him, and then turned him into a diamond pendant around her neck. Okay. And then we flash. We go back to the present where it's the wedding day, and then so the devil's already taken over. Alex shows up and she helps with the baby, and she's talking to one of the babies in the mirror, and it turns out Ren was the donor to the father of the babies of Emily and Allison. So that happened. And Spencer and Mary Drake had a moment in the cage where Mary Drake unlocks it, gives her a hug, but Spencer, being Spencer, took away a bobby pin so she can pick the lock for later. So then Ezra didn't show up for the wedding. He got a text saying Arya got a text from Ezra saying he can't do it. But it turns out Ezra is in the same place as Spencer. And that now Alex knocked him out because he was asking questions. She didn't know the answer, so she just knocked him out, and there he is. And then we get another flashback between Charlotte and Alex and how they found each other. And then we flash, and so Charlotte basically left Alex everything that Mary Drake stole from Allison, and so that should be set up for the rest of her life. And then we flashback forward to the horse stable. The horse that Spencer rescued only trusts her and Toby, and the horse does not like Alex. It gets very nasty with her. So then Spencer is at her mom's office, adoptive mother's office, and then calls her a rock star, which she never calls anybody. And she'll stop in Jenna with an issue. And then Jenna knows something is off because she's like wearing a different perfume or something random because like she is blind. She has a heightened sense about stuff. So she knows something is up. And so she lets Toby know. Then Toby tells everybody else. Then Mona overhears. And so she said, calls AD and said, we need a plan B. I need to meet you ASAP. And then, so Alex decides she's going to kill Spencer. So she's the only Spencer. And gets an axe and then knocks out Mary Drake with the blunt edge of it. And so then Mona gets the details to the liars and tells them where the signal is coming from the phone. And then it's at Toby's house that he built for what's her name? Well, originally for Spencer, anyway. Turns out there's a 3-story bunker. So you got the dungeon, which is the first bunker. Then you got a fake house, and then you got the outside. So Spencer picks a lot and then gets Ezra out and then trying to escape while Psycho Alex is trying to catch them. And then they go outside. Then everybody's, oh, that's fake. So they're trying to find another way out. And Alex catches up. They play the mimic game. And then, so basically then Spencer pushes Ezra to the side and kind of knocks him out against a rock, which we thought was going to kill him because like till death do us part. I was like, well, someone's got to die, right? Anyway, so then it goes back to the book that Alex gave Toby, which is, Spencer was supposed to give Toby or whatever. And I was like, what's her favorite poem from the book? And then the real Spencer started talking in French, and so he grabs hold of the fake. And then the cops show up because they were actually smart and called the cops on this girl. So Alex is arrested. Then the next scene is Ezra and Arya getting married. And then after they're married, they're walking down the street, and then Hannah tells them that she's pregnant, and so it's a touchy ending. I feel like something's ending, and so it's a really heartfelt moment. It's a really good moment. And then we find out Mona is in France, and she has a dollhouse, a secret dollhouse. Well, she sells dolls. She has a doll store, but she has a dollhouse in a secret little area of the store. And in that, there's 2 dolls, which is Mary Drake and Alex, and yeah, she tried them in her own special dungeon and had to sip tea and be all proper. So that's like her justice. So she technically won the game. So she's in control. So she's having a static time, and apparently she's got like a boyfriend or something too. And then the final scene is the scene where the 4 new liars and that bitch Addison disappears. They all get passed out from drinking too much, and then the blonde girl with the glasses comes up, and it's like, I thought I heard a scream. So it's like a direct tribute to the very first episode, and I don't want to go another ride. I'm ready to step off this ride because it was a good episode. It was a good series finale, but there was some really dumb parts, really dumb. Like for AD, you could have done Addison You could have done like a face mask for her to make her look like Spencer and have the same reflection as her or something. You don't need a freaking twin. Just don't. There's so many different options they could have gone around and made it more interesting, but it was still a good series finale, and it's at I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Well, actually, a 7.5 out of 10 because it didn't wow me, but there was some really good parts in there which I appreciate. So anyway, that is it for Pretty Little Liars. So I'm done with it. It was a good ride because I've been watching it forever. It's just been was really good. Then it kind of went a little downhill into Crazy Town, but overall, I still liked it. I always watched it. So if you agree with me, like it. If you disagree or dislike it, tell me why. So just like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, everybody.